Figured I'd do a intro to this video. Okay, getting ready to change the coolant recovery tank slash reservoir. They call it the recovery tank when you go buy the part. It's going to be the same process for the Silverado Sierra Avalanche. As long as it's the 5.3 liter motor, it's going to be pretty much the same process for these. I believe 07 through 2020, depending on the body style, whether it's a Silverado, a Sierra, an Avalanche. It's going to be the same procedure. It might be in a different location, but the reservoir is going to look the same, and you're going to pretty much do the same process because of the 5.3 liter and the way it's set up. So just wanted to say that, and let's get on with the video. What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the channel. Chris back with another video for you guys. Today we're on a 2013 Chevy Avalanche 5.3 liter motor. So it's going to be pretty much the same process for the 5.3 Avalanche. We're getting ready to change the coolant expansion tank or the coolant recovery tank. It won't come up unless you say coolant recovery tank. They keep changing names and stuff, but ours is seeping around here, causing a leak. So we're getting ready to change that out today. First thing you already do is remove your clip right here for your mass airflow sensor. After you do that, you're gonna remove this guy right here. We're gonna back this up so we can separate this and remove our breather. You wouldn't have to, but this screw right down in here, the breather box is blocking it. It's right up under there. So you see right there, then we have one over here. So those two are 10 millimeters. And last thing you have to do after changing this dude is bleeding the coolant system, depending on how much fluid we're going to lose. So let me set up and let's get to it. All right, so let's go ahead and disconnect this dude right here. Let's get a flathead for that, or a 8 millimeter. And let's get our flathead and let's back this on up. All right, you want to back it up a nice amount so you can get this off pretty easy. Just work him off. Boom. Got him out the way. Should be able to just pop the breather box all the way up and out. Okay. And let's get him. And let's move him. All right, got the breather box up and out. Now we got access to that 10 millimeter down there. All right. So, since we got that, let's go ahead and loosen this one up too, since we know we got to disconnect it. Make sure everything's on cam, and it is. It's great. But yeah, all these you're gonna have to disconnect. Starting to get a little fluid leak. Make sure we're good on our tray underneath. And he's loose. Get this one loose. And that's the pressure from the tank. Go ahead, and it's not hot, so you just want to make sure it's not hot. Get the rest of this pressure out. There we go. All right. Now you're gonna lose coolant when you remove this dude. So what I usually do, I'll cock it this way to the side when I remove these. So let's go ahead and take our 10s out. Showed you where those were. And let me get my speed ratchet. All right, let's get back in here. Let's get this one out and then get this one out, or whichever one you're comfortable with first. I'm gonna go with this one just because I can see it, and it's the hardest one that's in the way. All right, you might need a magnet to get it out, so have one on standby. All right, we got that one out. This is a nut and washer, not a bolt. So we got that one. Let's go ahead and get this one out as well. There we go. And this one has a screw in it. So remember, this one goes in that way, and then your washer one goes on this side. All right, so from here, you're getting ready to lose coolant. So if you feel like it, you can drain your radiator. You don't have to do this job. I usually don't mess with the radiator because it has those plastic pieces that, you know, you're supposed to drain, and sometimes they break, and then you'll need a radiator because that little plastic piece broke. So I usually don't do that. Don't drain it. You're still gonna have to bleed the coolant system regardless. So let's go ahead and get to it. Got those loose. Just flip them to the side like this. And we're gonna work this one off. We're about to lose coolant. There we go. And you want to try not to lose it's too much coolant, but it's inevitable. Same thing with this one. Pop it on off. And it's probably about 20 degrees outside. It's about 40 degrees in here. All right. Got this dude up and out. I'm just gonna set it to the side. And let's get our new tank. You wanna definitely match them up, make sure they're the same. Already done so. So let's go ahead and get it out the box. Comes with a new cap as well. So definitely want to get the whole assembly. I think this was like 50 something bucks after tax. Don't quote me on it, just look it up for yourself. All right, let's get our tags off. And everything like that out the way. All right, just flipping back up. It's gonna sit this way again. We'll go back in. Let's go ahead and get our bottom hose on. And push it all the way up. And we're gonna go ahead and tighten this one up. When you put it back in, you want your screw to face you in case you have to remove it again. It won't be very hard for you to do so. And let's get this one back on. Bam. All right, let's tighten everything back up. And after you do this job, you want to definitely check for leaks and top off the coolant system. So we're going to do that. And if you want, you can look on my channel how to bleed the coolant system. So this will be just a procedure on how to change your recovery tank. Got to keep remembering the new name, recovery tank. But this replaces the radiator cap. A lot of these newer style vehicles don't have a radiator cap, and some of them do, but this will be the coolant expansion tank. All right, we got those back in. Set this back up. And let's go in this side first. Let's get it back on our stud. So this side over here, it's gonna have a stud. This is gonna stick up right here. You're gonna slide it back over the stud. And let's double check, make sure we're good, and we are. And let's try to get it back in. All right, got that one started. Let's separate this and tighten it down. We'll finish tightening everything down at the same time. All right, got that one started. Let's go ahead and get this dude in. And let's get it right. All right, so this one's a little offset right here. Just from, let me squeeze it over a little bit. And once this heats up, it'll warp in this correct spot. But let's get it started. A few threads on there. And this is why you don't tighten one before you tighten the other. Just because you might have to make some adjustments. But now that we're going, let's go ahead and switch over to the speed ratchet. And we can get them back in. Come back up here. And it's tight enough. Don't over tighten it because you can strip it or you can crack your plastic. So you just want it tight. It's not going to go anywhere. There we go. All right, so we got fluid going back in already. So I'm glad we was able to catch some. All right, so now we can put our breather back in and then we can start the bleeding process. So let's go ahead and do that. Make sure your connectors is out the way. Mass airflow connector here. Sit this there. Everything is connected. You might have to do a little bit of a cleanup from the spillage and just wipe everything down. But yeah, when the temperature fluctuate between hot and cold, sometimes these tanks will crack or they'll start to seep and you'll start to lose coolant. And it's winter time and you got a lot of hot and cold, negative degree weather, all that stuff. All right, so now we got that. Got our old dead one out the way. And let's get our breather box back in. Let's go this way first. And let's work it in this spot down in here. There we go. Let's get this back on. And we'll go ahead and check to make sure we got our feet in correct. There we go. All right. Getting all the way up. There we go. Now, sometimes you have a rubber grommet, so they'll be at the bottom. This one didn't have it to where it was sitting real stable, but I'm gonna take a peek just to make sure. The last thing you'll be able to do, what you'll have to do, is connect your connector back and tighten this down, and this will be the procedure on replacing the coolant recovery tank on a 2013 Chevy Avalanche. So I'll put in the description or in the title what all years it covers, because the body style stays the same, I believe, through 09 through 13 or 15. Don't quote me on it, just look yours up for yourself. But yeah, hit that thumbs up for me, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully this helps you out. Always remember, rust is the enemy on these things, which cause us to work so hard. And until the next video, guys, live life, love it, and I'm out.